Hey guys, what is up? It is Avery, and welcome to Teendom Talk Show, the talk show for the kids, the teens, and everyone in between. So first off, I just want to say I hope everyone has had a absolutely fantastic week. Mine has been pretty good. Let's see what's gone on in my week. So first off, I didn't have school on Wednesday, which is always kind of fire because I got a lot done. I had a lot to get done, so it was a really nice day to be able to chill back and relax. I also hope that everyone had a fantastic Earth Day yesterday. I hope that you guys remember that we only have one Earth and we need to protect it the most that we can because it's our only home that we got, guys. So I hope that you guys are able to do everything to stay as green as possible, remembering to protect the Earth and remembering to continue to do that every day because that is very important for all of our benefit. So remember to go out and do that today if you didn't yesterday. So first off, I just want to say a thank you to Eating Well with Chef Cordell for sponsoring this week's episode of Teendom Talk Show. And also, I have some news. There are more teen camps that are coming out. So remember to please go to www.chefcordell.com if you are 11 through 17 or you know someone that is 11 through 17 that loves to cook or inspired by different cooking channels and things of that nature. Then you can go to www.chefcordell.com or you can call 980-858-CHEF to be able to get more information, or you can even email Chef Cordell directly. I almost lost my words there. You can email Chef Cordell directly at info@chefcordell.com to be able to learn even more. There are more cooking camps out, guys, and you may want to sign up before all the seats are filled. So remember to go to www.chefcordell.com before seats run out. Okay, guys? Okay. So in honor of Earth Day, which was yesterday, I really wanted to be able to do something to bring people together from different parts of the world, considering the world, Earth, kind of like the same thing. And I actually have two friends who I have known for a long time. We used to go to school together. One of them lives in Dublin, Ireland, and one of them lives in Seoul, Korea. I'm actually going to show you some pictures because these places are beautiful, guys. Let me show you guys some pictures real quick. So first we have Dublin, Ireland, beautiful. I really want to go there someday. I hear the weather is really nice, especially from my friend that lives there. And then afterwards, next, we have Seoul, Korea, aka Technology Planet. I'm telling you, if you are a tech geek, you want to go here. There's so much cool stuff there. The culture there is popping, so I really want to go there for sure. So let me stop sharing real quick. But I have two friends there, Maeve and Sooin. And today I wanted to just bring them in, have a conversation about what it was like moving, what it's been like just living in different parts of the world, what that is all like, kind of just to get that experience. Because I lived in the United States all of my life. I may or may not live here the rest of my life. So I kind of want to see the rest of the experience for other people. So I'm actually going to bring them in right now, which is really exciting. I haven't been able to talk to them in a little while, so I'm really excited. I'm gonna try and trying to see. Oh my god, wait. Hi! Hi, Maeve. Okay, hi. Oh my god. It has been so long, you guys.
I know, it's been like so long.
I know.
It feels like forever.
I know. It was like when Sooin moved. When did you move? Like maybe 5 years ago?
Yeah, it's been like 5 years since I've moved, so it's been a really long time.
Oh my gosh. And Maeve, how many years ago has it been since you moved?
I think it's been 3.
Oh my gosh. That is crazy. It's been so long since we've been able to like see each other in person to be able to interact. So first off, how have you guys been?
I've been good. How have you been?
I've been
Me too.
pretty good. Can't say that I haven't been good. A lot of good things happened today. First, I got the Falcon and the Winter Soldier finale.
That was the best thing on the planet, I'm not even gonna lie.
I was like, first I got that, and now I get to be able to talk to you guys today. It's just all fantastic. And first off, I just want to say this. This is something I gotta highlight. It is 6:30 here for me. Maeve, what time is it for you?
It's 12:35.
In the morning? So like,
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Saturday for you. And Sooin, what time is it for you?
It's Saturday, 8:36 a.m.
Okay, so happy Saturday to you guys. Happy Saturday to you guys. It's still Friday. How did Friday go? Was it good?
Yeah, the school let us out like 2 hours early, so it was pretty good.
Lucky.
I'm at in-person school, so I've got to be there the entire day, which kind of sucks. But we did an experiment in science, that was fun.
Oh, Ooh, okay. I'm still virtual completely. I'm gonna be completely virtual for the rest of my school year. So we got out, I think I would like to say like 1:30 today, which is always great. Always great. So I'm so excited to be able to talk to you guys today. You guys live in different parts of the world. Like Maeve, you live in Dublin. Sooin, you live in Seoul. I live in Chicago. And I kind of just want to first like have a conversation with you guys before we get into a game that I have that's actually really exciting. So first off, and I'll just like say who can go at what time first. But okay, so we'll go to Maeve first. So Maeve, what was it like when you first moved from Chicago to Ireland? Like what was it like for you overall?
So, like, it wasn't really much of a difference, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, they have a couple of the same things here as we do there. Not many, but like there's some. I think the biggest shock for me, like when we first moved, we went straight to a grocery store for some reason. I don't know why. They call them supermarkets over here, but I feel like some people in America call them that. Anyways, they don't keep their eggs in a fridge.
Oh, really?
Yeah. At first I was like, "Okay, what are you doing?" And now that I've lived here for a while, it kind of like it's normal to me. Like we still have our eggs on the counter.
Yeah.
Like, other than that, it was a change, but it wasn't much because it's really similar here as it is in America. Another big change is that they drive on the other side of the road. That's not something I really noticed, but the steering wheel is on the other side of the car, which that was really odd at first.
That makes sense. Like that seems like something that would be like, oh, when you first are there, but then you kind of like gotten accustomed to it. So it's been like 3 years. So you're like, okay. Sooin, what was it like for you when you first moved to Korea?
So like when I first moved to Korea is definitely much more different than just like moving within this like somewhere similar and closer. So I did use Korean with my family, but when I first moved to Korea, it wasn't like I wasn't like fluent with it. So everybody was speaking Korean, and if you're in second grade, your level of Korean is pretty much advanced. So it felt really awkward because I couldn't really communicate besides the what did you eat today, how's your day, and the basics. But I think I did catch on with the language pretty quickly.
Okay, that's good. And I see like you guys have had like some time to adjust and being able to like understand things that are different there than that's different here in America. So when you first moved, were you like open to the whole idea of like moving, or did you like not want to move at first? Like what was it like?
Um, At first, I didn't really want to move away because I had like lived in America for most of my life, so it was going to be a bit odd to go to somewhere that I've never been and like didn't know much about it. But after I moved and had gotten used to it, I was like, okay, wait, this isn't really that bad. And the people here are so nice, so that kind of helps with it and everything. So
Okay, Sue, what about you?
I think it wasn't really like you're talking about the adjustment, right? Like how I adjusted. So I feel like it wasn't that hard for me because I feel like it's been a long time since I've been to Korea, but then I always speak in Korean with my family too. So adjusting wasn't really that hard for me.
That's good. That's good. I feel like lots of the time when you hear with different people and their different experiences, that adjusting may be a bit difficult for them. But it's good to hear for you guys that it wasn't that difficult, especially considering like you guys were young when you moved at first. Like, Maeve, how old were you at the time when you first moved?
I think I was 9. Like I had just turned 9 because we moved in February, and I had like just turned 9 like 2 months ago. So
Okay. And Sue, how old were you when you moved?
I think I was like an year or two younger than me, so I technically knew nothing about it.
Okay. So overall, it's kind of good that you guys were able to adjust really quickly. And considering that like you guys both lived here in Chicago with me, we went to school together and everything, what is one thing that you would say, is there anything that like you would miss about Chicago, or would you ever like want to come back here or things like that? Like what would that be like for you, would you feel
I definitely want to come back. We were gonna go back this summer, but we can't travel without the vaccines.
like?
That's kind of difficult at the moment. But I definitely miss a lot of my friends because at first I didn't really know anybody. So and it was hard to make friends because they're just so different to American people and they were raised different. And so it's definitely harder to make friends with people that are like completely different than you. Um, So yeah, I definitely miss my friends. Yeah, I think that's really it, I guess.
Sooin, what about you? Would you ever like want to come back to Chicago?
Yeah, I do. Like Maeve, I really miss my friends for one. And then the second thing is South Korea and like a lot of other places I've been to. It's like very competitive, the society as a whole. So everything we do from the moment we're here, especially in middle school, the tests, the academies, the competition between the girls and the boys, it's pretty harsh. So I'd like to move back to America someday.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's interesting. And one thing that I'm wondering is like what does school look like there? Like is it really any different? What would you say? Maybe you can go first and then Sue and you can go.
Um, so they do it differently here. They have what's called primary school, and then you have secondary school, and then you have university. So primary school it's called junior infants to sixth class, which is pre-K to sixth grade. And then you have secondary school, which is seventh grade to senior year, but it's called first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, sixth year, blah, blah, blah. So I'm in first year, which is the equivalent to seventh grade. And then you go to university. They don't call it college like we do. They call secondary school colleges sometimes. Um, the curriculum is definitely very different. Um, like you have an extra subject as well, but then you also have two languages. You have Irish, and then you have whatever language you want to pick, and then you have a module which our options are business, home ec. What else is there? There's art, there is music, and there's tech graph. I think those are our options. So you do that along with your other subjects. So yeah, it's just different because in America, I feel like we only really learned about America, but here we kind of learn about everywhere else. They don't really focus on Ireland as much, unless in primary school they do, but secondary school we haven't really focused on Ireland that much. But it's definitely very different.
Oh, okay. That sounds different. Sooin, what is it like over there?
The curriculum itself, like you know, how middle school for you guys start in fifth or sixth grade. Ours starts in seventh grade to ninth grade. So I'm in the first year of middle school, and then 10th to I think 12th grade is high school, and then we go straight to college. And the different part is in America, there's gifted schools, but we only have gifted schools starting from high school, which is 10th to 12th grade, I think. So there's no gifted school. So like you guys do math ahead of your grade and everything ahead of it. We just do it in matching to our grade. But the curriculum itself, like Koreans tend to go ahead a lot. Instead of doing it at school, we're more based on academies. So you can think of academies and the type of academy. You take a text to go in there, and if you go to a good one, it's like going to a gifted school. So the curriculum is definitely a lot different.
Okay, I can see the difference. This is so interesting to me. Like it's so funny that I'm like so shocked by like places like that are different than America because I'm like, oh, I'm just like so used to like this one thing. And now just getting to hear about like the different sides of it, that's really interesting. And also one thing that I just wanted to mention, Alexandra, who used to be in our class, she says hi to both of you because she's watching right now.
I
So she's saying hi to both of you guys. And now, one thing that I want to know is considering you guys have been there for a while, so what are some things that you like to do for fun in the place that you live in that you didn't exactly get to do when you were here in America?
Um, they have a couple of different sports. They have rugby, which I've heard is not like American football. When I first moved here, that's what I thought it was like, but it's really not. I don't really know how to explain it because I don't really follow rugby. But then they have what's called GA, which is the Gaelic Athletic Association, I think. So the men they play hurling, and the girls they play camogie. So I play camogie. And then they have what's called Gaelic football, which is the ball looks like a mix of a volleyball and then a soccer ball. And it's I don't really know how to explain it. It's like there's a lot of kicking and passing involved. So I play that, but I haven't really been able to since of COVID. So yeah, they have that. They play a lot of tennis here for some reason. They play a lot of field hockey. That's like the main sport.
Oh,
Well, at least in secondary schools, that's like the main sport you play.
mhm.
Yeah. I don't play hockey though because I'm not very good at it. So.
Yeah, that's low-key interesting because I had no clue like about the different types of sports and like the associations and things like that. That's really interesting. And it's fun. Do you like playing?
Yeah, it's really fun. I'm not the best at it, but I have like loads of friends there, so it just makes the experience more like enjoyable, I guess.
Okay, okay, that's fun. Suin, what about you? What's some stuff that you like to do for fun then?
Connecting to sports, like Maeve said, because like in America, if you want to get tutor for a certain type of sport, it takes a lot of money. But then in Korea, like I said, academies are like literally all over the place. So it's pretty cheap to get into sports academy unless you're like trying to major sports or anything. So I've tried pretty much every sport out there. And in Korea, unlike America, one of the big differences is people aren't as athletic. So in America, I've seen that because like the race is different, some people are much more athletic than others. But in Korea, like 98% are authentic Koreans. So we're technically just like the same level. So I've gone to the national championships for pretty much the basic sports like field and then far jumping and stuff like that. So yeah, those are experiences that I wouldn't have had in America if I stayed there.
Oh wow, that's interesting. I should not be this shocked. I should not be this shocked. This is so funny. So now, one thing that I also realized, there are lots of different like shows. Like the shows over here differ from like different shows that like maybe in Ireland or different shows that maybe in Korea. And of course, like we have a lot of them of the same shows, especially considering with like streaming platforms and everything. Like I could literally watch Vampire Diaries anywhere, so that's good. So, but what would you say overall is like your favorite show in the area that you live in? Like, for instance, maybe like what's your like favorite Irish show? And then afterwards, like Suin, like what would you say is like your favorite Korean show? Or if you don't have one, then like what is it like?
Um, I'm trying to think. I kind of really watch American shows just because I really like them. Um, I think my favorite one is probably Dairy Girls. It's so funny. It's literally the best thing. I think season one is on Netflix, but I'm sure you can find season two somewhere else. It's literally so good. I definitely recommend you should watch it. It's probably one of my favorite shows. What other shows are there? They don't really have many that are different to American shows here. Um, I think that'd be my favorite one, I think.
Okay, it's on Netflix. I'm gonna need to watch it. I'm gonna add that to my watch list tonight. So thank you for that. Suin, what would you say is yours?
I have two shows. One is Run BTS. I think I've mentioned to Avery before that I'm a huge fan of BTS, like since third grade. And the next show is called Knowing Brothers. This is like a Korean show that's on TV, and then it's a comedy show, and celebrities come up and they ask questions to each other, act like they're at a school. Like the setting is like the school. And so they ask questions, they play games and stuff like that. And it's pretty fun if like the celebrity I like comes out.
Oh, that seems fun. That seems fun. And yes, Suin, BTS. BTS. I'm a BTS stan, and for some reason,
Oh,
I don't understand people over here that are just like, oh, I don't get they don't get the obsession with BTS.
I know, right? It's like,
It's
amazing.
something about it, and some people they just don't get it. They just don't get it.
Mhm.
They aren't
Yeah.
on that level of amazingness yet. But so now, one thing that I want to know is you guys have been like lived here in America, and now you live where you live. Is there anywhere in the world that you haven't been able to go to that you really, really, really hope to go to? Like, what's like your dream vacation? You would say.
So for me, I think mine is probably going to Greece. Um, and then probably Spain. We were going to go to Spain sometime this summer, but we couldn't because of COVID and everything. Um, but yeah, probably those two places for our summer holidays. We always kind of go around Ireland, which is really nice because we haven't really seen much of Europe yet, except for Ireland, because we haven't really gotten the chance to go. We've been to loads of different counties. I think my favorite place that we went there last year for holidays. We went to Clifton, which is like a little town outside of Galway, which is on the west coast. So it was really nice and it was really warm and sunny. There's loads of beaches. So yeah.
Oh, that seems really nice. Suin, what about you?
I really want to go to Jeju. It's like this island in Korea. I've always like traveled somewhere abroad, like with not within Korea. So I just like want to go there. And my aunt's brother, I think, has like a hotel there. So we can book at the hotel, like book the hotel room for free and stuff. So yeah.
Okay, you guys can feel free to take me with you. It's fine.
Yeah, we
I'll pay for myself. I mean, feel free to take me. Like, let me know. I'll like I'll book tickets. I'll book some tickets. So, what would you say is one of the things that you wish from America could be in the place that you live in? And that's like a pretty broad subject. But what's one of the things that you say you wish that you could bring over to where you live?
I feel like I would bring my family and friends, and then definitely a Target, because I just need a Target in my life. They have some similar shops, but like it's not Target, and I need a Target in my life.
Oh my gosh, there's not a Target in Ireland?
Mm-mm.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. I
They
didn't.
have some similar stores. They have like this, what's called, I think they call it Primark in the UK, but we call it Pennies here. Um, it's not like as much of a Target. They have the same type of clothes that Target does, but it's mainly a clothes store. Um, like we have the shopping center that I go to, it's called Dundrum, and if you think about it, really, the shops that I mainly go to, it's basically like going to a Target, but it's not really a Target. So that's kind of sad. But yeah.
Okay, so bring the family, the friends, and the Target. Got it. Okay, Sooin, what would you say you would bring over from America to Korea?
All my family, like my whole family is in Korea, so I definitely bring my friends. And the next thing is pretty abstract, but I'd bring over the beauty standard in America because the Korean beauty standard, if you look at celebrities, you like generally get the idea, like thin as a stick, big eyes,
Mhm.
a bunch of like surgeries on your face, like plastic surgery. And I just think like that beauty standard is really toxic when it comes to people like us, like especially teenagers when we care so much about our looks. So I'd like to bring over like the America's more accepting beauty standard,
Mm.
realistic beauty one. So yeah.
Okay, snaps to that, girl. Snaps to that. And now this is one question that I just really want to ask, especially for when I come to Ireland, when I come to Korea. What is your favorite place to eat? And what is like and like what would you say is like your favorite like authentic food? Like what would you say? Just overall grand scheme.
Um, to be honest, I don't really know. If we're talking about authentic food, they don't really have much. Like pubs would be a big one, I would think. I don't really know very well. We always go to this one. It's called On Poaching Still. It's on like the M50 as they call it. Like as you're going down to Kildare, which is another county just outside of Dublin. It's really good. We've been there a couple of times. I think that one might be like if I'm talking about authentic, that'd be it. But if it's not, then probably um
This is difficult.
it is. There's not okay, I'm trying to think. We don't really go out to eat very much because there isn't very there's not a lot of restaurants around, or at least where we live. Um Maybe Milano's. Milano's is pretty good. It's like this Italian place. It's pretty good.
Ooh. Okay, got it. Let me just take a mental note really quick so I can know when I come to Ireland. Suin, what would you say is your favorite place?
I think I've mentioned to you when you asked me like where I live specifically. So it's like New York, restaurants, shops, like they're all over the place. It's hard to just like pinpoint one shop. Most of them are franchises, but one thing you should definitely try out is called gimbap.
Okay.
So, like in some places there are burritos, like with all like the nutrients in it. And then in America, it's probably like sandwiches or hamburgers. In Korea, it's called gimbap. So there's like seaweed, like thin seaweed around rice. And then inside there is just like lettuce, not lettuce. I don't think there's lettuce. I think there's cucumbers, carrots, and stuff like that. And what you put inside as a filling just like differs from shop to shop. But because we're all busy and like between our times for academies and stuff like that, I always go and eat a gimbap. It's really good and like the nutritional value is pretty good too. So yeah.
Oh my gosh, I need to try that. I love seaweed and I love all of the stuff that you just mentioned. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna need to try that like really, 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 really bad. So now, one thing that I'm gonna do on Teendom, one thing I like to do all the time is go to the audience for any questions that they may have, because sometimes they have some really good ones that I never would have been able to come up with. And then afterwards, I have a game, and I haven't mentioned to you guys what the game is because I want it to be a surprise, so I could genuinely see like your reactions, your thoughts. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna either go to YouTube or Facebook and answer some questions that people have. So I'm gonna go on my phone. I'm gonna go over to YouTube first because Facebook takes a long time to load. So sorry, but let's go over to YouTube first. Okay. Oh, I almost hit the wrong thing. Okay. So what I just first want to say that people are talking about the food, how good it sounds. It does sound really good, to be honest.
It is pretty good. From what I've had, at least, it's really good.
Yeah, it sounds really good. And I'm like, see, over here in America, not to say that we don't have good food, but it's just so traditional. I need some variety. And it's like some variety. So I'm like, okay, let me make sure to go do that. Oh, okay. Someone said, what is the fashion like there? Is it different from America?
We kind of have a lot of the same stores. A lot of the girls that are at least in my year, they kind of order a lot of stuff online. Like they are obsessed with Brandy Melville for some reason. I don't know why. A lot of people like at least my age group, they like to shop at like Penny's, H&M, Zara, anything that's really at Dundrum, which is like the main shopping center for Dublin. Basically, it's like a 5-minute walk from my house, which is amazing. Probably not as good enough. Probably not that good for my bank account, but whatever. It's pretty similar to America, I think. Like you can always order stuff from online shops, but
Okay. And Sooin, what about you? I hear that the fashion down in Korea is popping, so I'm like, I'm interested.
Yeah, so if you go to Pinterest, search Korean fashion, you probably get 100 of pins on that. So I will show you a few clothes I have because my closet's like right next to me. But before that, one thing you should know about Korea is tank tops and stuff like that, revealing clothes, like really revealing clothes, and they don't really like it. So like if you wear it, you're more like a how do I phrase this without being offensive? A attention seeker. I'll just like put it like that.
Okay.
But some of the clothes I have, so Korea, my fashion is more like the cute and retro type, which is some of the types in Korea. So I have these pair of jeans. They're mom jeans. They're like really in style right now. I think they're like half mom and half wide leg. So yeah, so these types of jeans, and right now in Korea, these vests are really in style. I hear that in America vests are in style too.
Yeah.
But then the difference is you have to wear something under the vest in Korea, which you know, revealing purposes and stuff like that. So Korea is much more like cover up your body, but still like look cute and fashionable. And I think right now, wide leg jeans, like I said before, are really in style. So yeah.
Okay. And yeah, those vests, the sweater vests, they are all over everywhere, especially on Pinterest. Like if I just put a sweater, it comes up and a lot of people are wearing them. So I feel like a lot of the trends, they're the same yet different at the same time. And I find that's something that's actually like pretty cool. So
sadly over here, a lot of the trends from America and like everywhere are not much of trends here, which is really sad. Like those vests, nobody wears them here. And if you do, you're almost like an outsider, basically. I don't.
Oh, wow. Wow, that's really interesting. And the sweater vest, I love the sweater vest. They're so cute in my opinion. So I'm like, okay. But just remember to embrace your inner fashion guru. That's something that I love to do. Okay, let's look at the next question. Oh, this is a good one. This one actually like applies to like kind of just like what past like 2020 has been like for all of us. So did you do remote learning and what was it like? Do you feel like it could have been any different from American remote learning? That's an interesting question.
So last year, from when I was in 6th class, we didn't do any online school. They would send us the work and we would do it ourselves. So my dad would like help me doing that. We would have towards the end of the year, we would have a Zoom meeting like once a month. And because by summertime of last year, things were starting to like lift and we were starting to get back somewhat normal. And so we got to have a graduation party. But then in September, we were back in person school in September until Christmas. And then we had our Christmas exams. And then over Christmas break, we had an extra week on our Christmas break. And then we did remote learning from January till the 12th of April. Well, that was the end of our Easter break. And then we've been back in school for 2 weeks now. And we only have like 3.5 weeks left because we get out at at least for my school, we get out June 4th, I think. We have summer exams at the end of the year, so that's not fun. But other than that, I think we're able to go we're able to go anywhere in the county, and we can meet up with more than one household. I think starting sometime in May, they're opening up shops again that are like non-essential. And things should be back to normal probably by the end of August if I'm being realistic, but I don't know.
That's good. Better than we're doing over here. So
We're just having a lot of trouble with our vaccines. We don't have enough here, so I think Britain's gonna give us some, but I don't really follow the news, so I'm not too sure.
that's good. That's good. I'm glad things are starting to open back up and lift again. Okay, so what would you say Korea? Something just fell. Okay, well,
Yeah.
we'll get to that later. But Sooin, what would you say Korea looks like when it came to remote learning, and has it been lifted? What is it like for you now with remote learning? Like,
Right now we're going to school and going offline and stuff like that. So it's the midterm exam for our older like sisters, because like we go to all girls school, and the first grade doesn't do tests. Like we just like try to find what our passion is, what kind of job we want to pursue and stuff like that. So because of the tests, we're doing online for 2 weeks instead of 1 week like we used to do. But Korea's been dealing pretty well with the COVID-19. There's like pretty much just like a few cases. It's not like too much, though it is going up again since the like temperature is getting higher, it's getting warmer. But we do virtual learning, like as you call it remote learning, we call it virtual here in Korea, but online learning's been pretty good. We've done it since like the very beginning of COVID. Korea was like really quick to like catch on to the online learning and the platforms and stuff like that. And with the shops, our shops are all open right now. So yeah.
That's good. That's good. Our stuff, it's opening like not gradually, like it kind of opened like really, really quick, which is kind of interesting. So things over here, I'm still doing remote virtual online learning, kind of like the same, but people do have the option to go back in the building. I just personally didn't take that option. So people have been going in, some haven't. So we're kind of doing like hybrid right now, which is what we call it. So like some people go in and others don't, but we all are like doing the same thing. So that's been on a pretty good path right now, I would say. Hopefully these cases decrease because we do have like a lot of the vaccine. So hopefully the cases like start to die down a little bit. Okay, let me see here. All right, so next up, someone said, are the houses different from in the States?
Definitely. A lot of houses here are in estates, which is like a group of like multiple houses, or I don't really know how to describe it. And a lot of them are like attached, like my house is. So I have my neighbors on one side, and then I've got mine, but we're attached by one wall. So there's a lot of those houses. Housing here is like really expensive for some reason. So there's like nicer houses down by Black Rock, which is where my school is near. They have like these really big fancy ones, and they have these really nice ones down in Bray as well. So it kind of just does depend on the area you're in. So yeah.
Okay, Sooin, what about you?
Because in South Korea and especially in Seoul, so many people are living in this like really small city. Like it's very compact. So there are a bunch of apartments, and each apartment is about like 30 floors, and it's like all next to each other. So a lot of people can just like live in it. So like we're using the space efficiently. I'd say that. And the housing is pretty expensive if you go to towns with a lot of academies. I did say that if you go to Seoul, it's either for the workplaces or like the academy, like the education curriculum, it's strict. So if you go to like parts like Gangnam, which is the northern part of Seoul, I think there are a bunch of academies there. So a lot of people want to move there, and the workforces are also there. So it's like much more expensive over there than where I live in the south.
Okay, that's interesting. I feel like over here, it's like it depends on where you live specifically, especially considering like I live in Chicago, and that's like the second largest city like in the US. So it's probably different for a whole lot of other different places, but overall, I would say like housing, it truly like depends on your area. And considering like I live on the south side, so kind of, and I live in Beverly, so kind of a little bit. So now I'm gonna stop with the audience questions. So for everyone in the audience, well, let me see. Let's see if we have like any more good questions. Okay, we can stop here. So right now I'm gonna stop the audience questions. If you have any questions that you're burning that you really want to get out, you can text me, and then afterwards I will get the question to either Maeve or Sooin, and I'll get you the answer. Because sometimes I feel generous on certain days. So now we are going to get into the game. So you guys don't know what the game is, so I will explain. So I did some deep digging and some deep research to find some fun facts on places that you guys live, and it's going to be like a trivia game. So I'm going to see how well do you guys know the places that you actually live. So
I don't know my place. I really don't know.
So we will see. We will put those skills to the test. So I have 5 questions about Ireland. Some are about Dublin, some aren't. And then I have 5 other questions about Korea. Some are about Seoul, some aren't. And we will see how many of you guys get right. And we will see who will be the winner because you guys have the equal amount of questions. We will see. So I'm going to try and do it evenly. They're all in this box. So I'm going to shake it up first. Okay. So the first question is going to go to Maeve.
Okay.
Oh, okay. What does Dublin mean in the Irish language?
Oh God.
Ooh, this one may be a bit hard.
I have no clue.
Okay. So from my research, it apparently means forward of the reed hurdles.
I forgot I didn't know that.
I honestly don't know what that means. Do you know what that means? Forward?
Not really.
Yeah, I have no clue what forward of the reed hurdles means. So maybe I should go and do a bit more research after the show's over. But that's apparently what it means. So I'm like, that's kind of interesting. Okay, so next up is going to be for Sooin. How many Olympic Games has Seoul hosted?
I believe it's just hosted one so far.
Okay, so technically that is right. There's been one like regular Olympics, and then there was another Winter Olympics. So does that count as 1 or 2?
But then I think like the Winter Olympics are a little different than just the Olympics. So I think it's one, yeah.
Yeah, so you technically get that point. So Maeve, you're gonna need to play catch up. I'm just gonna say that. Okay. So next up, I'm gonna mix them up again. It's probably gonna, let's see. This one is also for Sooin. Oh, okay. This one's interesting. What is a popular term for group blind dating in South Korea?
It's called, I think, 소개팅.
Yup. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, Maeve. Oh no, girl. No, you're really gonna have to play catch up. Okay, let's see. So the next one is gonna go to Maeve. So let's see. What fun international holiday originated from Ireland?
St. Patrick's Day.
That's not the one that I put down.
Oh.
What other holidays do we have? Oh God, what other holidays do we have?
It's so interesting. I had no clue about this
Oh,
one.
is it Halloween?
Yes.
Because it's called Samhain. In Irish, I definitely pronounced that wrong, but Samhain is also, I think Samhain is also November. It's like the festival of harvest of fall. That's what it is.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. But it is Halloween. I had no clue that it originated in Ireland. That was something that I
I think it's a pagan holiday or something.
I never knew that.
Me either. I'm like, that's interesting. See, learn
That's
something.
cool.
That's really cool. So I'm like, okay. And not to mention, I literally thought it was someone that just thought that like putting a lantern in like a pumpkin would be fun, and that they had to like dress up and like got like chocolates or something and like put it around house. I literally thought that's how it started. I felt felt like so uncultured for a moment there. I was like, oh, something interesting. So I'm like, okay. So I'm shaking it up again. So right now, Sooin is in the lead, but only by 1. So this next one is for Maeve.
Okay.
Shamrocks may be used a lot, but it's not the actual symbol of Ireland. What is?
Oh God. We have a couple different ones. We have ones for each province.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know what they look like exactly.
Okay.
What symbols do we have?
This one is kind of like an overall thing. Like, I don't know how to put it. It's
Is
oh,
it is it the flag or I don't think it's the flag.
no, it's not. It's not.
It's the what?
It's not.
Oh, okay. I don't know what it is then.
It's the harp.
The heart?
It's literally on a Guinness bottle. How did I not know that?
Like the harp, like the musical instrument.
It's
I
on the Guinness beer bottle. I generally don't know how did not get that.
Oh wait, what's the Guinness beer bottle? Is that what you said?
Yeah, it's like the main logo for Guinness.
Oh, okay. I never knew that. Oh.
I'm learning a lot of new facts.
Me too. I'm like, this is really interesting. I should like write these down in like a notebook, and then like when I go there, I'll like feel like like I know something.
Art.
Yeah, I'll be like, I have a tiny bit of knowledge, like maybe a good like 0.01%. So I'm learning a lot, guys. So the next one is gonna be for Sooin. Okay. What number is considered bad luck?
Oh, this is easy. It's 4.
Yeah. Okay. Maeve, I'm sorry. I am so sorry, but
I don't know a lot about Ireland in general, so
I think I have a okay feeling that Sooin may win this. So we have actually both of you guys have 2 more.
Oh.
So you got 2 more. Let's see. This one is for Maeve.
okay, I've got this. I've got this. I've got this.
Oh, this one is multiple choice.
Oh, okay.
Dublin is home to the oldest pub in the world. When did it open? I think I have no idea if this is the way that you say it. So 1198 AD. B 1197 AD. C 1196 AD. Or D 1195 AD. So it just goes in descending order.
Okay, let me think.
You got this. You got this. I believe in you.
Questions on like dates are pretty hard though. They're tricky.
They are. I'm telling you.
Oh, we learned this in school. It's is it 1198?
Yes.
Okay.
Yay!
That was a hard one.
This was a hard one.
That's probably the hardest one there.
Yeah, I would definitely have to say that. I think that's the hardest one there. So, girl, you got it. You got it. Like virtual fist bump. So, this one's for Sooin. What place in South Korea is home to one of the largest indoor theme parks in the world?
Theme parks, like amusement parks, roller coasters, stuff like that.
Yeah, it will be indoors.
Lotte World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had no clue that this place even existed, and then I went on Google and then I saw the inside of it and I'm like,
It's really good. Like South Korea's Lotte World is like I'd say the rides, like the line for the rides are much longer than America because a lot more people live in there, and Lotte World is like the main place to go to. But then it's really good. You should definitely go there.
okay.
We have many amusement parks here. The main one we have is Tato Park. I've never been, which I feel really bad about. They went in 4th class. I think it was 4th class for like the main trip, but because I joined 4th class too late, I didn't get to go on the trip, so that was pretty sad.
Oh, it's really sad. Like what? They're like, of course, there's like Disney World, but they're like different Disney Worlds like across the world now, which is really interesting. I have been to Disney World once, and that was when I was 5 for my golden birthday. And then afterwards, there's like places like Six Flags and things like that, but keep it between you and me, I haven't been to Six
I haven't been either.
I haven't been. And I'm telling you, it's my mom. She won't let me go because she's like, the rides are too old. They could like break. Like there could be like accidents. I'm like,
Just let me go.
just let me go at least once. But I know she's trying to keep me safe, and I know that she's watching this episode. So please don't think that I'm like trying to diss you right now. That's not what I'm trying to do. But okay, I'm gonna be honest. I actually don't remember the score. I think Maeve, how many did you get right? 2 or 3?
I think it's
I don't remember.
3.
I don't remember. Sooin,
Yeah.
how many do you have right? Do you have?
I think I got everything right. Like, yeah.
Okay, so you have the 4 so far. And then these are the last ones for, why am I mixing it up? So embarrassing. Okay. So this one's for Maeve. So this is Maeve's last question. Dublin is home to the largest park in Europe. What is this park?
Phoenix Park.
Yep. Look at you go. Hey, hey.
It's where the president lives, actually.
Oh, for real?
Oh, wow.
I've been like this close to it.
Oh, okay, okay. Is the park nice?
Not really. I think the park by my house, Marley Park, is a lot better. But I mean, what? No, it's not.
You're like, oh.
It also kind of has a random zoo place in it. It's like the big zoo that everyone goes to.
Oh.
I don't know what, but it's just in the middle of the park.
Oh, okay. A zoo in the middle of the park. You don't get to see
That's
that.
interesting.
That's very interesting, Sooin. I'm like, a zoo in the middle of the park. One day you're just gonna see like a giraffe.
Yeah, a giraffe eating from the tree.
There's a lot of deers around the park, actually.
Oh,
really?
wow.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Deer scare me, not gonna lie. Like when I feel like one of my big things is like me driving and like a deer like
Oh, yeah.
into my car in the future. Now that's something I don't want to do because that seems like something that could kill me, and I don't want that to like be what happens. So,
Big animals in general scare me.
Yeah.
there are a lot of big ones. I'm like, oh my god, let's not do that today. Okay, now Sooin, you have one last question. Okay. South Korea is the capital of the world for what style of dance?
It originated from dance.
No, it's saying it's the capital of the world for what type of dance style?
Oh, dance style. Let me think.
This one was interesting for me. Okay.
There's quite a lot. Is it like a traditional Korean dance or like more like?
It's not actually traditional Korean.
Oh, is it like the K-pop dance?
Ooh, it's one of them. It's like the style of dance that's done. So overall, do you want me to give the answer or no? Do you want to keep guessing?
Yeah, I want you to give me the answer. I have no clue.
It's break dancing.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
How come I never knew that?
I never knew that either. I was like,
I've never seen someone breakdancing. Like, I think you like come across people breakdancing in the middle of the streets in America more than you do in Korea.
yeah, I feel like in different, like, of course, like more urban cities, like for instance, like in New York, for instance, like you'll come across someone like breakdancing like on every street that you go. And I'm like, I had no clue that, like, I thought that it would be like something different, like something more traditional, but breakdancing, that's pretty.
Yeah, I don't know.
In town here, in like the main street, Grafton Street, we have a lot of people that play music. It's where one of the famous singers, Dermot Kennedy, my mom loves him. Don't know why. He started like I think they call it busking. I don't know. He started like playing his music on the streets, and now he's like really famous.
Oh wow! Props to him. He did the hustle and he made it work. I always admire street artists. I feel like they have like that hustle to like start doing what they're doing, and then of course they'll like, let's say, get recognized or like get a connection that will allow them to like get bigger. And I feel like that happens for a lot of artists. So I'm like, I gotta respect that.
See how many listeners he has.
Oh, I'm interested.
I have a question for you guys. Like, what artists do you like the most? Like music.
Oh, that's a great question. Oh, there's so many people. I would have to say like one of my all-time like favorite artists just overall has to be Beyonce, just because I love her as a performer.
Oh yeah.
I love her as a performer. I love like the work she does, but like one of my like favorites right now, it's this duo band called Chloe and Halle, and they act as well, and their album Ungodly Hour is just like something that like resonates with my soul. It's so good. So
I'll have to listen to it later.
Yeah, you have to. They are so good. I love them.
My music taste is kind of like all over the place. I really like Rodrigo's new song, Deja Vu. It's probably my new favorite song. I really like her songs. I don't really know what I listen to be honest. I just kind of pick a song, see what comes up that's like similar to it. I'm like, okay, cool, this is good.
Okay, Sooin, what's yours?
I recently fell in love with Alec Benjamin songs. His songs are really good.
Yeah.
It's like the way like the lyrics can be so like dull and sad, but then he sings it like it's so exciting. It's just like really cool.
Yeah, I've heard one of his songs before. What was the name of that song? Oh my god, it was like so popular a while back. I cannot think of the name right now. I'm literally sure as soon as we get off of this, I'll be able to remember it.
Jesus in LA.
Yes, yes. Okay.
I loved him because of that song. Like I got to know him through that song, and I was like, I love this dude.
Yeah, and I feel like just the way that he like sings too, like it's something about it that's just like, what is the right word? Like I don't want to use like a refill, but it's like literally just it's so smooth, but then afterwards just the way that it is, it's like so hype and upbeat for some reason. Like it makes me jam to it. And then when I like read the lyrics, it makes me want to cry.
Yeah, the lyrics is so sad though.
You know, like so depressing. And I'm just like, what the heck? And then Maeve, I think Olivia Rodrigo, she's coming out with a new album, isn't she? Like, isn't she like creating an album? Yeah, I heard something about like her like having an album too. And I'm like, okay.
We'll be listening on repeat.
Literally, I'll be like,
so I found the thing. So his rendition of his 2016 single After Rain, oh my god, my voice, has 19 million streams on Spotify.
Oh.
And 2 million of them listen every day.
Wow. Oh wow. Yeah, he made it big. Like he went up here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I see you, dude. I see you.
My mom was actually on the photo on his Instagram, I think, because she was at one of his concerts. Well, let me see if I can.
Oh my god, that is so freaking awesome.
That's so cool. That's a huge flex. Like a huge.
I know. Whoa.
She was actually like front row, and they all had to hold up like their flashlights, and she had a green one, so she really stands out. See if I can find it.
I wish it happened to me at a BTS concert, and then I was like right behind the whole like BTS with a purple light.
That's like so. I would fangirl, literally.
Oh yeah.
When I tell you, I always watch their press videos. Like they do, like if they do like interviews, it's so addicting to watch for me. It's like I always love to watch like interviews that like different groups do. So I love to watch the interviews that BTS does, and I love to watch the interviews Blackpink does because I love Blackpink. And then afterwards, I have to say, like just overall, like I also like to watch cast interviews. So I like to watch the interviews like the Marvel cast does and things like that, just because I love.
Oh, I'm obsessed.
Okay, but like Sebastian Stan.
Sir.
But okay, overall, I have to just admit, this was one of the most fun episodes. I had such a great time with you guys, just being able to talk to you both. It's been such a long time. We got to do this more, even if it's not like.
Yeah. Even if it's not for Teendom, we have to do a Zoom someday. Yeah.
Real soon, and hopefully at a more reasonable time hour for you, Maeve, because
yeah,
it's like 1:00 there now, isn't it?
What time is it? Yes, 1:30.
Oh my gosh. One, I just want to say thank you for your commitment this early in the morning. And thank you, Sooin, for your commitment too. Like I know like the time differences, it can be really difficult sometimes now. Like we all live in like different parts of the world. It's gonna be like really different. But thank you guys so much for coming on this week's episode with me. I had such a great time with you guys. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for inviting us. It was really fun for us too.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, oh my gosh. I hope that you guys had a great time, and I will make sure to see y'all later. Thank you so much. I will text you guys both after this.
I'll say you Swan.
Bye.
Have a good night, Maeve.
You too. Bye.
Oh my gosh, I had so much fun with them, guys. I hope that you guys were able to learn a little bit about different parts of the world. I was able to learn a lot about Ireland and a lot about Korea. And if you don't live here, hopefully you were able to learn a tiny bit about Chicago too and a little bit about America. To be honest, I didn't speak that much of it because to be honest, America's kind of traditional in my opinion. But overall, it's fun, it's lively, and things are getting better with COVID. So hopefully that stuff will start to open back up. But I hope that you guys had a fantastic time watching this week's Teendom Talk Show episode. Before we get off, I just want to give a quick reminder to make sure to check out Chef Cordell's teen cooking class. There are new spots open. You guys can sign up right now if you are 11 through 17 years old or know someone who's 11 through 17 years old. Feel free to go to www.chefcordell.com and you can learn more about these different cooking classes. You also can email info@chefcordell.com to get in direct contact with Chef Cordell to learn even more about these classes, or you can call 980-858-CHEF to be able to learn more information. Remember, just feel free to sign up for these teen after school cooking camps because there are limited seats. You guys do not want to miss this. All right, and with that, I just want to thank you guys so much for watching Teendom. Oh, my voice, what the heck? But I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode of Teendom. Be back here next week, same time, same place, for another episode with more guests, with more fun. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe, follow on wherever that you are watching. Make sure to follow my personal Instagram, AveryK_official. Subscribe to Teendom Talk Show on YouTube. Follow Inspired Melanin LLC on Facebook. And tell your friends because we are almost at 250 on YouTube, which is crazy. And we have even passed that on Facebook. So thank you guys so much for all of your support. It has been fantastic. And with that, I'm afraid I am boring you with this outro. So I'm just going to say once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoy and see you guys later.